Locals in a tiny Cumbrian town are furiously battling plans to cram dozens of asylum seekers into small terraced homes, despite British locals suffering a housing shortage. Now, residential properties in the remote seaside town of Millom are the ones that you are actually seeing here on your screens now if you're watching us on TV or online. They're being converted by developers into what are called HMOs, so houses of multiple occupation, where a traditional 3-bed house will apparently be torn apart and turned into a 6-bedroom house. So the HMOs will house around 40 migrants from overseas, with developers boasting of up to 15% annual returns on their investment and guaranteed rents from the government.
We have just purchased this mid-terraced house in Cumbria, which we are going to convert into a 6-bedroom social HMO. Once this property is ready, we're going to receive a long lease with guaranteed income, no maintenance and no voids.
Well, Millom locals have launched a campaign to oppose this influx of people, saying that the town is already suffering with a housing shortage and local services are on the brink. And they say no one was consulted over the plans as homes were snapped up en masse by developers BH Property Investments, who secured lucrative government contracts through contractor Serco. Shock horror. Police are now investigating graffiti that was scrawled on the side of one of the homes as well, earmarked to house some of these migrants, asylum seekers, which read "Not welcome scum" in large letters, which obviously nobody can condone. I'm very pleased to say that I'm joined now by the Mayor of Millom. It's Simone Faulkner. Simone, thank you very, very much. Can you just tell me what's going on in this town then, really? And is this still going to go ahead? I know that you're fighting back on it. You weren't consulted. Go on, over to you.
We are fighting back. We went to our MP, Trudy Harrison, who has gone to the government, to Serco Home Office, to have meetings. Millom is a very small, isolated town. Our infrastructure is poor, transport is poor. But what I think has created this high tension is that the community were not consulted by anybody. We just did not know this was going to happen until the workers came in, started working on the properties. A Cumbrian, a Millomite, asked the person, well, what are you doing there? And they said, well, this is for HMOs. And then that got onto social media. And we, the town council, knew nothing about this until it actually appeared on social media.
Yeah, which is staggering. And unfortunately, Simone, this kind of stuff is now happening right across the country because people aren't consulted, and it's only when it gets to this stage. I would have thought, by the way, that you might have needed planning permission to turn one of these homes into an HMO, but apparently not. Could you just explain? Could you just explain the kind of impact if all this goes ahead, right? What kind of impact would that have on your local area in Millom, do you think?
Well, we've not been given any information. We don't know. We've been told that there'll be wraparound support for apparently asylum seekers, but we still haven't been told in what way. There's been no strategy that's been given to us, no plans. I mean, Millom is a very compassionate town. We housed Ukrainian refugees quite happily, no issue. But because we've not been given any information at all, we just don't know what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. I know there's going to be support, but we've not been given that information.
It just seemed very disrespectful to people like you. I mean, somebody like yourself, it's people like you who, and I'm not just saying this, who are genuinely the kind of backbone of Britain. You know, you public service for your local area, the area that you care about, for people who, and I do know the area around Millom. I did used to work up in Cumbria for a local paper up there. You know, there's a lot of salt-of-the-earth people who just go about their business, and very, very good people who I think deserve a little bit more respect, frankly, than, you know, essentially finding out one day through social media that the town that they've been born and raised in, and very often, I dare say as well, their fathers and mothers and grandparents might have been born and raised in, could be changed massively without any consultation.
But proper strategies, proper plans and consultation might not have resulted in this reaction. You know, it's the lack of information that has created this, I think. And I have to say thank you to the police force in the local town, because they have been working around the clock to try and keep things quiet.
Yeah, and just lastly, Smoke, what are the next steps for you in this now then? Because obviously there's been a bit of a fuss made about this now. So what are the next steps?
Well, we are now waiting to hear what, if anything, our MP has been able to achieve. And then we'll have to go from there and decide what actions we may take as a town.
Okay.
But they have to be peaceful. You know, the vandalism, the graffiti, I've never known it. I've been here 22 years. Yeah. It's never happened before.
Yeah. No, it brings out the worst. It brings out the worst of everyone. This stuff, doesn't it? Unfortunately. Yeah. And just finally, Simone, sorry, but in terms of the public services in that area, I mean, there was something mentioned in my introduction there about how there is some concern about the public services there, about how they're already a bit overstretched, etc. I mean, is that a genuine concern for people now?
Yes, there is a genuine concern. We are lacking in social housing. So the question is, Serco has put these properties, some of these properties, they've archived them. I'm asking, can they kind of let them out to the local residents to rent?
Yeah, of course.
If they're archived, why not?
You would have thought that would be a given, wouldn't you, really? But apparently not. Apparently not. Simone, thank you very much for coming on my show tonight. Good luck with everything. Good luck to the local area as well. And hopefully we can stay in touch and see this through to everybody's satisfaction. Now, Simone Faulkner there, who's the mayor of Millom. Thank you very much. Now, the property development firm and Serco were approached for comment about this. But a Home Office spokesperson said, "We condemn any vandalism in the strongest possible terms. We have always been upfront about the unprecedented pressure being put on our asylum system, brought about by a significant increase in dangerous and illegal journeys into the country over recent years. The Home Office has a duty to provide safe and secure housing for asylum seekers, and we are continuing to work closely with local authorities in Millom to manage any impact in the area and address the local community's concerns." I just think, if you're looking at this now and it's spreading to places like Millom, OK, then really it's happening everywhere, this, isn't it? And how many people in areas like that who are desperate to get a bit of social housing, desperate to get a roof over their heads, are being told that they can't get it. And lo and behold, certain people, well, there's room for them, isn't there?